What's up, guys? Welcome to another video. Today I wanted to talk briefly for a second. I had someone leave a comment asking what the schedule that I went with in order to finish the Esperanto tree. How long did it take? So how long it took me to finish that tree technically was well over a year, but I didn't study it continuously. I studied it for a little while, and then I kind of went away from it, and then I came back to it and started it again. I would say overall, if you take all the time that I studied, probably 2-3 months when I would study regularly. As far as schedule goes, I didn't really have a set schedule. I would advance kind of at the level. There were days that I would learn 100 or 150 words, but then there were also days that I wouldn't really learn a lot, and I knew that I needed to focus on letting that stuff stick in. Like, to me, I want to go slowly to make sure that I absorb the material. That's why I stopped this 90-day finish Duolingo Spanish thing. I want to do it right. And so I didn't really have any kind of specific goal in mind. I knew a date that I wanted to finish, and it was a realistic goal. And so I tried to stick to that as much as possible. So, like I said, there wasn't like specific tasks I had to do on certain days or anything. I just had my general base goal, kind of like I have with Spanish right now. And, if I didn't hit my goals, wasn't really a big deal. If I did hit my goals, fantastic. So that's kind of how I went with that. I set realistic goals and go from there. Now, as far as what I did learning-wise, I don't just use Duolingo. I think Duolingo is terrible for vocabulary. I use Duolingo more so to practice what I've learned. I go to Memrise, and I'll usually get the corresponding Duolingo Esperanto, or like I'm doing Duolingo Spanish. And so that's how I learn my words, is through flashcards. And then I will use Duolingo basically to practice how to use them correctly. So that was kind of my schedule. I studied as much as I could. Sometimes several hours a day, sometimes maybe 10 minutes, but I tried to make sure that I always had time to study, and I tried to study more often than not. I think a lot of habit that people get into is they have this idea that, oh, I can speak a language in 10 minutes a day. Well, you can, but realistically, that's going to take you a couple of years, so you got to be smart about it and try to make sure that you're always surrounded by it. So I hope this answered your question. As far as everything that I do, I don't think there's anything else I needed to touch on. Use Memrise, Duolingo, nothing really set in stone. I didn't have a certain lesson or a certain level that I had to finish by a certain time. I kind of just let it flow naturally. You can't, it's hard to compare yourself to other people and how they learn. There are people, if you go on YouTube and look for, Chuck Smith does some interviews with people where they finished the Esperanto course in, I think one was like 2 or 3 days, one was 6 days, and he's interviewing these people, so you can find some stuff out there. I did what worked for me, and that is how I went about it. So I hope that answers your question. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you guys in the next video.